And I will call on the president to call those who are parading to be supporting them. They are not supporting you. Forget all the drama. They are looking for political relevance. They are seeking for political structures. They are seeking for control of state resources, hiding under your name. And if any federal authority agency is aiding them because they think because they are supporting the president, you can now go with 2 bazooka in your hand to seize the key to reverse resources. I pity you. So the president has been a Democrat, fought in the Nedeco, and fought in those days. And those who are his leaders has fought even in those struggles in the 60s and 80s against this kind of situations. Let me say this clearly. Nigeria is at a tipping moment. We have economic challenges, we have FS challenges, we have even food challenges. The citizens are so hungry and angry. The conversation we should be having, is it that one man, because he supported somebody in office, and the person is not doing all that he wants, and that he defines democracy to be government of him alone, so therefore there should be insecurity and crisis? Is that what we should be discussing? We shouldn't be discussing that conversation. And people should be bold to tell him that it's wrong. So why I'm saying this is that the country is at a moment where there is so much pressure. Look at what's happening in Kenya. And you ignite political crisis in a country that is like this. This shouldn't be the conversation we should be having. We should be having conversation on how to put food on the table, on how to increase production of crude to get more foreign revenue, on how to provide security, not on a quest by one individual to bring down an entire state just because he wants to get at some people and then hold on to state resources and structures of a state. Democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. There's nowhere one man votes. There's nowhere one man. Because if you claim that you are the only one that do it, I'll ask you, what was your business? You didn't import tomato or onions. What were you doing last? Where is money coming from? They used to say you did what and did that. The right of Rivers people to elect should be respected. And democracy cannot be defined from the angle of one man. So I'm calling on security authorities once again. Stop aiding them. Because these things can blow in our face. In their desperate way to force Fubara out of office unconstitutionally. And suddenly they realize the stupidity in their action. And then suddenly they are running around all courts in Nigeria. So that our court will say what? Our court will void those provisions of our constitution. Is that going to be a progress? That lawmakers can jump ship at any time they like and then remain in office, even when there's no prevailing need or reason for that. That is what we are fighting for. That is what this matter is all about. An attempt to undermine our constitutional march. And these are the things that led to crisis, if you remember, those days, both in the Western Regional House of Assembly, so that even led to a crisis and military coup. This commotion, when people see simple truth, did they not decamp? Yes, they decamp. Did they not have a vote on proceeding back in this? Yes, there is. Did they not publicly say it? Yes, they did. Did they not file it in affidavit before Justice Omotosho and other Federal High Court judges that they left PDP as of December 2023? Then why are you holding on a tree fighting to remain as members of the House of Assembly for the purpose of unconstitutionally removing a sitting governor because you fall out with your godfather? So the point we are trying to make here is that all these pressures that is being brought and that's being put on our judiciary is unnecessary because it's about one man. And I want the judges of different courts to also listen to me. Why do I keep warning about this? What led to the constitutional crisis of the 60s or the 80s? And it was the involvement of the courts and the federal institution, both police, in trying to aid those at the federal center then to try to overrun state-constituted authorities and institutions in pursuit of narrow selfish interests. And we must not allow that to happen. Judgment apart from legality and technicality has public interest. It is in public interest that lawmakers learn to stay in their political party unless there is a division upon which they can move. There was no division. And I know there is no court in Nigeria. There is no court that is just and fair that can wake up and say that section 1091G, which says clearly that your seat stands vacant, stands declared vacant once you cross-carpet from the political party you are elected to another political party without a division or merger in that political party. They were not even expelled by their political party. There was even no division. There was not even merger. The audacity to try to legalize or searching for desperate judicial avenues to legalize and then torpedo the provision of section 109 by now saying that those who left before your own very eyes, everybody saw the video recording of the proceedings of their decampment, even on Chades TV and other stations. Everybody have seen the affidavit they swore at the Federal High Court that they left with no single reason. Are we going to support that? So I don't believe heads of judicial authorities and institutions in Nigeria, whether the Federal High Court or the Appeal Court and the Supreme Court, should understand that the whole world is watching. And we cannot. Our country is so big. Our constitutional match is so big. The interest of one man is irrelevant. And people should be bold enough to start speaking on that issue. Those seats are vacant. Those seats have been declared vacant. And there's nothing that can bring those people back. If they want, they can go and recontest the election and allow by election to hold. So there is nothing today that gets them any victory. What happened today, and it's important Nigerians get it very clear, was an interlocutory injunction from the Rivers State House of Assembly, which went to appeal. Even though we disagree by the interpretation that the Appeal Court gave today. But as constitutionalists and law-abiding people, we accept. And that's why there will be appeals and challenge in that direction. But what happened, there was an interlocutory application, an injunction, not even a judgment, an interlocutory application granted by Justice Wale also at the Rivers State House of Assembly, which came on appeal even when they were not party. They were joined, and then the court now said he's setting it aside, and that the court have no jurisdiction. That was all. How does that got to do with the fact that as of December 13, 2023, the seat of these pro-Wike lawmakers have been declared vacant? What has it got to do with the fact that those vote and proceedings have been legalized, and also communication made to INEC when ADC then was speaker? So, okay, Jumbo remains the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly until there is a final judgment of either a Federal High Court, Appeal Court, or to Supreme Court that rules otherwise. When we get to that Supreme Court, then we'll accept that. But right now, these lawmakers are not members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, and there's no judgment. And I repeat, no judgment anywhere that have declared them so. And there's no judgment anywhere that have legalized their illegal decampment from the PDP into the APC. These are, even with affidavit, don't we have shame? Even with affidavit that they have left, even when they were doing division, even with the video proceeding, they are still fighting because one man somewhere wants them to fight. Are we all going to run away because of somebody's interest? The other day, when the news broke out of plan to frame some of us for murder, rape, and terrorism using the police because we are speaking truth to power and saying the right thing. But what I'm saying is that we cannot continue to keep quiet. Constitutional crisis over time has led to collapse of our democracy. So all these crises and all this pressure that are putting on judiciary to interpret what is clear to all of you. Section 109, 1G is automatic. It goes into effect at the very moment you move when there was no division. You can go to court and prove that there was a division. They are not doing that. There's no judgment or ruling in that aspect. And they want them to do what? And also it's important, before I see what some people are saying, those local government chairmen who were hoping on the issue ruling on the interlocutory, your seats have expired. And what do I mean? You were elected for a 3-year tenure. Your 3 years. Take it. You can like me, you can hate me. 3 years tenure have expired. Is that not right? Can you, in the middle of the game, few midnight to your expiration, you say you have made the law that say you can remain in office forever? Are you Mobiti Seseko? Are you Indian Min of Uganda? Why will you do that? And where has that ever happened before? So, at the midnight their tenure expired, there was no any resolution, even from their disbanded House of Assembly, or there was no swearing in by any magistrate or judge as they were planning. Their tenure have expired completely. And there was no decision of any court or any other. And there cannot be anyone for somebody to finish his tenure and continue to remain in office. And then the local government caretaker people emerge. An election have been fixed by Rivers State resident local election authority. So the electoral process is in the process. All political parties are participating. So they are not going back. And I want to call on the IG. If there's any of your men still remaining in any of the local government headquarters in Rivers State, remove them. It's unconstitutional. What are they doing there? Are you trying to keep somebody whose tenure have expired in office? So if the Inspector General of Police have not moved anybody that is in that local government, unless it's there for the purpose of helping the local government administration that is there to do their work, but is there to stop people from entering the council, it's unconstitutional. That will be taking us back to the crisis of the Western House of Assembly and what the police did that led to constitutional crisis. Because you cannot, there is no way that somebody whose tenure have expired completely, and then in a modern day Nigeria, you now extend your tenure and you want to now remain in that office forever because there's one man somewhere pushing you. Is his father the one that founded our democracy? So I will call on the police. If your men are still there, remove them. And I will call on federal authorities and the president in particular. The whole world is watching. Our country must be run on constitutionalism. And this issue, we are fighting on the issue of local government autonomy and so on and so forth. And here, and people are keeping quiet, that people can start amending law. That what it means that a state house of assembly can also amend law and say governors can stay in office for extra 2-4 years. Will you accept that? Or we can make a law here that the president can stay forever in the middle of, mean that to the expiration of his tenure. You can only find that this kind of nonsense conversation in Paul Biya's Cameroon, on Nkurunziza's Burundi, or Mobutu Seko's Zaire. Not in a modern day Nigeria. And somebody needs to tell them. So the point we're trying to make is that those pro-Wike lawmakers' seat remains vacant. The vote on proceedings of December 13, 2020 have not been voted by any court. And there's no court, including the appeal court, that have declared that those who illegally left their political party at a time there was no division did the right thing. Is there any such judgment? So why are they trying to misinform the public with propaganda to achieve what? And I want to call on people of Rivers State, like they did when the tenure of the local government chairman expired in June 17th. And they got the intelligence that they have carried some magistrates, I don't know whether from Nasarawa, in buses, to come and conduct an illegal swearing in early in the morning. And the people trooped out and defended their government and their council. I want you also to be on alert. I want Rivers people to be anybody that tries to ride on these misinformations and wants to obstruct the will of constitutional governance or try to bring in former lawmakers who are no longer lawmakers to continue to undermine constitutional governance and peace and stability. Defend your state. Defend your state. That is recognized under our constitutional laws.